Let's turn now to our stock of the hour. Apple on pace for its worst day in more than 2 months. This comes on a report of order cuts to suppliers. Abigail Doolittle, what do we know about these cuts?
Well, so the report comes from the Economic Daily News overnight, basically saying that Apple has cut orders for its chip suppliers for the November and December quarter relative to the iPhone 8, implying that sales for the iPhone 8 are weak. And if we hop into the Bloomberg, we can take a look at a few of the suppliers. This is the supply chain function in the Bloomberg on Apple, the SPLC, and we see a number of them over here: Taiwan Semiconductor, Intel, Cisco. Some of the U.S. suppliers, such as Skyworks, Broadcom, among others, are also down sharply. From a more macro standpoint, though, the question is whether or not this is model specific or absolute production. It's probably model specific. There's lots of analysts who I have talked to saying that the channel checks for both the iPhone 7 and, if you can believe it, the iPhone 6 much stronger than that of the iPhone 8. The price is much better. It's basically the same phone. Plus, we have lots of consumers waiting for that iPhone 10. The question is whether or not this will affect the December numbers. Right now, the analysts are looking for 81 million units in December, 8% year-over-year revenue growth. It could get shifted forward. What that does to the stock, we could see if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for the iPhone 10 too, so I would understand that. But is there some concern that revenues could take a hit and not be the same as early 2016?
Well, to some degree, yes, because if all the numbers are shifted forward because the iPhone 10 is out so much later than normal, that could certainly be a negative. And the other question is, will this iPhone 10 be everything that everybody is looking for, or could it turn out to be a bit of a dud? Another question is whether or not they can hold the pricing. Of course, $1,000 a phone is really pretty expensive, so will those ASPs go down? And then China demand. Sean Harrison over at Longbow Research, he is great on the Apple and the iPhones, and I spoke to him earlier today, and China is key. It's about 16% of their revenue, but we can see here when we go into the Bloomberg that the revenue from China simply declining on a quarter-over-quarter basis. If this continues, it could really be a problem. And apparently orders out of China for both the iPhone 6, 7, and 8 are very weak because in China, the iPhone is all about the status. So they want the brand new model or the iPhone 10. But right now, this report suggests that there could be some early hiccups, perhaps for that December quarter. And that could, of course, cause some more issues for the stock. Right now in a sideways range, though.